Hey, kids, are your parents out of the room?
Yeah!
Good, because I want to talk to you about CandyForGold.com. At CandyForGold.com, we take all your parents' boring old gold and jewelry and send you back bags of delicious candy. But listen, we can't send you the candy unless you send us the gold. So here's what I need you to do. Wait till your mommy and daddy leave the house, sneak into their bedroom, and look through all their drawers. If you see anything made of shiny gold, just grab it. It doesn't even have to be made of gold, just as long as it's shiny. The next part's easy. Just put it all into a properly sealed and stamped box or envelope and mail it to CandyForGold.com. And whatever you do, don't tell your parents. They're busy and they don't want to know anything about this. I'm serious. Keep your mouth shut. That's CandyForGold.com. Shh, it's our little secret.
Ice cold beer taste, no good. This is Glug Lightsville.
Glug Lightsville is the only light beer that tastes like beer without as many calories as beer.
Sit-ups and lifting rocks, punching cops right in the teeth.
When Glug Lightsville bottles are empty, no beer comes out, so you know it's empty every time.
Wearing shorts, sweating a lot, hoping this will get Jenny back.
Glug Lightsville comes in a bottle with its name on the label, so you don't get confused or give it to a baby.
Rock hard abs and glistening pecs, drinking beer while exercising, getting tipsy, massive chafing, no pain, no gain, be a cool tattoo. Get dehydrated, don't take breaks. Water shows the babes your weakness. Must get babes to make Jenny jealous. Jenny must know you're doing alright.
Glug Lightsville.
Glug Light!
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, and not to brag, but the cashier at Trader Joe's complimented me on my choices today. I thought I told you three to wear something revealing. I'm joking, of course. Handle those screws carefully. You can force another player to answer immediately by hitting your screw button. If they miss it, you win extra bonus dollars. And the wrong answer of the game is brought to you by
the Anti-Pedestrian Council. Hey, I'm trying to drive here.
Okay, we are on.
Cookie, that first breathalyzer was inconclusive. You're going to have to take another one.
Okay, listen to me. I'm going to need a jug of beet juice, some WD-40, and a bag of peat moss. Stat.
If we could clear all of the children from the set, we're about ready to start. Clear all the children.
Not all the people in this office have watched it. Do you understand what I'm saying? They have not all watched it.
That's fine. I understand Jumper died. I don't want to alarm anyone, but in the hallway there's a dog running on two legs. He's on two legs.
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, and not to brag, but the cashier at Trader Joe's complimented me on my choices today. So let me guess. You drive, you get shotgunned, and you sitting back in the toddler seat. You all take care of those screws now. If you think another player is clueless, screw them and make them answer immediately. If they miss it, you win extra cash. And your wrong answer of the game is being sponsored by
the Anti-Pedestrian Council. Hey, I'm trying to drive here, is our motto.
Try to choose the wrong answer, brought to you by our sponsor, to get prizes and cash. And so it begins.
Get ready, time for question.
First question. She mused me. If Taylor Swift broke up with every male currently in the world, about how many songs would she be inspired to write? 1.2 billion songs, 2.3 billion songs, 3.6 billion songs, or 7? Players 1, 2, and 3? The world population is floating around 7.1 billion, of which 3.6 billion are males. That only gives her a few microseconds for each relationship, but that should be more than enough. May I introduce... This question got stuck in my teeth. Who's hungry?
Cookie fortune,
Okay. This one's a bit violent. Don't shoot until you see the whites of their eyes. Okay, so I won't shoot anybody until I see their pupils, their irises, their retinas, or their scleras. Players 1, 2, and 3. Interesting choice. Here's what you meant to pick. Right, the white of your eye is called the sclera. But don't look too long at the enemy's eyes, or you might just fall in love.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Let's try Cookie Masterson, the vocab guy. If Bill Nye the Science Guy learned nigh everything there was to know about science, what would be true of him? He would know nearly everything about science. He would know very little about science. He would know exactly everything about science, or he would know nothing about players 1, 2, and 3. Nigh means near or nearly. The reason why Bill Nye doesn't know everything about science is because he refuses to accept the Cookie Masterson unifying theory of quantum mechanics as the scientific fact that it is. But I guess people fear what they don't understand. Coming up, your mother smells like the jungle. What are you most likely to see Tarzan scrambling to buy at the last second on Mother's Day? A banana bouquet for Coco, banana candies for Kala, banana perfume for Chim Chim. Player 1, who are you gonna screw? Player 3, you're getting screwed. You got 5 seconds. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. Player 1, your screw worked out. Want a little more money? Players 1 and 2. The correct answer is Kala is the female ape who raised Tarzan in the jungle. His dad wasn't around much. He was too busy sitting around patting his chest with the backside of his hand every couple of minutes.
5 fingers.
It's time for Obesity the Game, and it's a dis or dat. Player 3, your score stinks at the moment, so this one's all for you. I'm going to read off 7 acronyms, and for each one, tell me if it's a type of healthcare plan or a type of video game. If it's a healthcare plan, press the X button. If it's a type of video game, press the B button. Now, the rest of you should listen carefully. Lock in your answers before player 3. If player 3 gets it wrong, I'll split up that cash to everyone who got it right. Okay, we're off. HMO, MMO, PPO, POS, FPS, RTS, MOO. Well, you made it, but not in perfect shape. Kind of like having an HMO. I can't afford to see a doctor, so I've just started asking the 12-year-olds I play Call of Duty against online for medical advice. They said I should go f*** myself. They also called me an asshole, but my rash cleared up. Round 1 is in the books, and player 1 is winning. Who knows what might happen? Keep in mind, all the prizes are doubled in round 2. And lest you forget, our wrong answer to the game is still out there waiting to be picked. All right, you ready? Too bad. Here's one for you. Pussycat control. Oh my God, my cat's poopsie and mayonnaise are driving me crazy. And what do I get from them? Nothing. If my cats were like the cat in the fairy tale Puss in Boots, what would they do for me? Grant me 3 wishes? Help. All right, player 2, let me know who's getting screwed. Oh, you're screwed, player 1. You got 5 seconds. In Puss in Boots, Puss makes his master look good in front of the king, which results in him marrying the king's daughter, becoming royalty. Why don't you 2 idiots ever do anything like that for me? I haven't had a promotion in years. I have not been stealing office supplies. Those are complimentary, damn it. Player 2, this screw does not have a happy ending.
Question 7. Yeah, this ain't your bang.
And now, that evidence was Planters. If Mr. Peanut wanted to make some marzipan, which of his other nut friends could he grind up to produce the central ingredient? Mr. Hazelnut, Mrs. Almond, Miss Cashew, or Senor Brazil Nut? What were you thinking there? Player 2, bless you. This would have worked. Marzipan is a confection made from sugar, eggs, and ground-up Mrs. Almonds. Regular almonds work too. But Mr. Peanut would be found not guilty because he's a total See, you thought I was gonna say nut, didn't you? No, it's nice guy. He's a really nice guy and no one would believe the murder thing.
Follow me down to the sea.
Bucker up for Where the Buffalo Foam. You know, I'm having a pretty good day, which means...
Hello, Danny.
Yep, there he is.
One's made of skin, one's made of wood, so who's the dummy?
Not me.
Billy, why are you foaming at the mouth?
I've got rabies and I've come to bite you.
What? Stay away from me! Did you get bitten by a rabid animal?
Maybe. Which of these animal dites could not give me rabies? Indeed.
Player 3, where's that screw going? Goodness, player 1, you're screwed. You got 5 seconds to give me an answer. Superb screwing, player 3. Don't stop there. Get some more cash. Players 2 and 3.
Dare your head insane.
Ready for this? Rabies only affects warm-blooded animals, not reptiles. Besides, you can't get diseases like this, Billy. You're made of wood.
Really? Then how did I get syphilis?
That's a good point. Here's a good one. Yoko has no remorse. What Beatles album am I describing? Let It Be, Yellow Submarine, Abbey Road. Watch how easy this is. ... in Morse code is SOS, the International Distress Call. Of course, if the Beatles ever got stranded, they'd need help from somebody, but not just from anybody. Picky bastards. Players 1, 2, and 3? You mean the album with the Beatles on the crosswalk? No. But you can gently bump crosswalkers out of your way with a memory foam car bumper from the Anti-Pedestrian Council. The Anti-Pedestrian Council. Because walkers. Am I right? Today's wrong answer of the game is accompanied by an $8,000 cash bonus. Have at it. Why not try F this? How would you read comedian Will Forte's name if it were accompanied by the musical notation Forte? Will Forte! Will Forte! Will Forte! Or Will Forte! Players 1, 2, and 3? That's just ridiculous. Next time, try this. In music, forte means played loudly. Unlike Will Forte's quiet and nuanced performance in his Oscar-nominated film MacGruber. Welcome to the attack. When you see two clues that match, press your A button. 2,000 big ones if you're right, but you lose 2,000 if you're wrong. And don't forget, remember the clue. It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. The Prodigy's son returns. They were prodigies in what area? Good luck. Takes it! You know, player one, that win was like a school bus. Clunky and slow, but it still got you there. And from the looks of players 2 and 3, we're sitting in the back where it's really bumpy. So remember, you don't know Jack!
Hi, my name's Terry, and if you're gonna die, come on down to Cemetery's Mortuary. Why? Hit it, guys.
I am Cookie Masterson, and I'm a people person. It's true, I'm actually made of millions of tiny little people. Quiet down in there! Hello, you three. Would you like separate checks, or can I put this all on one bill? Everybody's got their screws. If you think an opponent doesn't know the answer, hit your screw button, and you'll force them to answer immediately. If they miss it, you win big. And our wrong answer of the game is sponsored by
Hoarder Helpers. Are you a hoarder? We're here to help you hoard more stuff. Absolutely no psychiatrist on staff.
Sniff out our sponsor's wrong answer of the game, and you'll end up with a great prize and serious cash. Okay, let's light this sucker.
Get ready, time for question. One.
First on the docket, London Bridges falling down. In the nursery rhyme, Wee Willie Winky, what's covering up Wee Willie Winky's Wee Willie? The nightgown he's wearing, the wolf suit he's wearing, the wooden shoe he's sailing in, or nothing, he's completely nude. Player 3, check please. Player 2, I'm pretty sure you're thinking of Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod. Why are you doing that? Player 1, the first line of the nursery rhyme goes, Wee Willie Winky runs through the town, upstairs and downstairs in his nightgown. He's wearing a nightgown. Presumably that's what's covering up his Wee Willie. Look, some nursery rhyme guys are showers, and some nursery rhyme guys are growers. Coming up next, zombies never get old. What might you see in a television show called The Balking Dead? An army of zombies walking backwards, a horde of zombies walking in circles, a swarm of zombies... Oh, you're gonna kick yourself. If the dead are balking, that means they've stopped short or are refusing to move forward for some reason. Kind of like the plot of Walking Dead Season 2. Players 1, 2, and 3. Wow, this is a real horde of circular logic. Which is great because that means you just won this expandable hoarder house from Hoarder Helpers, because one man's trash is another man's trash that he can store in his expandable hoarder house. This wrong answer of the game is worth $4,000. Congratulations.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Open wide for... I'll preheat my oven to 450 degrees when I'm dead. And we're cooking up a this or that. Player 2, you're in last place, so I choose you to play this this or that. I'm going to read off 7 items, and for each one, I want you to tell me if it's a type of burial plot available in a cemetery, or if it's a type of tombstone frozen pizza. If it's a type of burial plot, press the X button. If it's a type of tombstone pizza, press the B button. Now, the rest of you need to hear this. Lock in your answers before player 2 does, and if player 2 gets it wrong, I'll split that cash among everyone who got it right. All right, let's get started. Single. Companion. Family. Double top. Half and half. Original. Brick oven style. That performance was dead right out of the gate. When I die, I want to be cremated, but not just in any oven, in a pizzazz pizza oven. That way every part of me is cooked evenly. Say hello to Zach and Miri make a board game. What do Seth Rogen and the game Trivial Pursuit have in common? They were both created in the 70s. They were both... Oh, player 3. Who's getting... Player 1, you've been screwed. You got 5 seconds to pick an answer. Mighty fine screwing, player 3. Let's see if you can make this really hurt. Players 2 and 3. Seth Rogen was born in Vancouver, Canada, and Trivial Pursuit was created in Montreal, Canada. And another thing Seth Rogen and Trivial Pursuit have in common... no, that's about it. 5 fingers! This one's called Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Steven Spielberg modeled 1/3 of E.T. after this subject. Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus. Player 1, who's gonna get it? The screw is in you, player 2. 5 seconds to make a choice. Huh? Way to screw, player 1. Grab a few more bucks, why don't you? Players 1 and 3. It was begging to be picked. E.T. was an amalgamation of Ernest Hemingway, Carl Sandburg, and Albert Einstein. Yeah, he definitely has Einstein's neck. That'll wrap up round 1, and it would seem player 3 is winning, but for how long? Remember, I'm doubling the value of each question in round 2. And I want to see some screwing. You didn't come here to make friends. How How about, I've been framed? So, I've been looking at this print of the Mona Lisa a lot lately, and people always talk about her little half smile, but I've become obsessed with something else. What the hell is the Mona Lisa looking at? Something to her right? Something to her left? Something straight ahead? Players 1, 2, and 3? Nah. Oh, honestly, the Mona Lisa is looking over to her left. Which is weird because there's nothing over there but my Far Side calendar. Nobody's found that interesting in years.
Question 7. Yeah, there's change on the bang.
And on its way, what's black and black and black all over? If during a battle of wits with the Riddler, Batman were unable to solve the riddle of the Sphinx, what might the Riddler say to mock him? Looks like you're not as smart as Oedipus, Bat Breath. Player 2, who gets the screw? You're screwed, Player 3. 5 seconds to pick an answer. Player 2, that was some mighty fine screwing. You want even more cash? Player 2, get out of here! Seriously, get out of here. Player 1, in the Greek play Oedipus the King, Oedipus is the only one capable of answering a devious riddle posed by a murderous sphinx. You know, the Riddler has lost his touch when he starts asking riddles anyone could just look up on Wikipedia.
Follow me down to the sea.
Try this on for size. Get your mind out of the gutter ball.
It's the put the choices into order and buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
And if you knock down a right answer here, I'll roll some extra cash your way. Put these bowling pin arrangements in order of most to fewest pins left standing. 7-10 split, dinner bucket, Christmas tree. Dinner bucket, Christmas tree, 7-10 split. Christmas tree, 7-10 split, dinner bucket. Christmas tree, dinner bucket, 7-10 split. Players 1, 2, and 3. A dinner bucket is when there are 4 pins left standing, the 2, 4, 5, and 8 pins. A Christmas tree is 3 pins left standing, either the 2, 7, and 10, or the 3, 7, and 10. And in a 7-10 split, there are, of course, 2 pins left standing, the 7 and 10 pins. That earned each of you an extra $1,000. All those numbers hurt my brain. That's why I usually let the bowling computer do it for me. I also let the bowling computer do my taxes. Up next, All Men Must Die. Somewhere around episode 9. If the leading cause of death in the Game of Thrones universe were the same as the leading cause of death in the modern world, what spoilerish comment would you most likely read on the internet? Hey, did you know Arya dies of malaria? Jon Snow gets killed in a car crash. For reals. Yeah, Daenerys basically just has a stroke and dies. Or, guess what? Tyrion ends up dying of heart disease. Players 1 and 3? Do you even know what Game of Thrones is? Player 2? Killing 7 million people a year, heart disease is the leading cause of death worldwide. Of course, as we know, the actual leading cause of death in Game of Thrones is struggling to be a 20-something in New York. Oh, wait, that's girls. I always get HBO shows mixed up. Next up, melts in your pretty mouth. Based on the gender roles assigned by the Mars Company, which M&M's character could give birth to an M&M's Mini? Red, yellow, blue, or green? Players 1, 2, and 3? For whatever reason, red, yellow, orange, and blue M&M's are male, and brown and green are female. It's the female ones that have nuts that confuse me. You do not want to be in the hospital room when an M&M gives birth. Sure, they melt in your mouth, not in your hands, but I'm telling you, those mini M&Ms are pretty melty when they come out of the birth canal. Brace yourself. Of course, who wants to hear my yapping? Oh, I'm still doing it. Sorry. Here you go. Getting the beast of me. What animal are you surrounded by? Good luck. Gee, Player One, you would have done better if you hadn't played the game at all. Goes to show you.
You don't know Jack!
I am Cookie Masterson, and only you can prevent forest fires. Seriously, it has to be you. I'm sure as hell not going to do it. Okay, let's do this. I'll be Dorothy, you be the lion, you be the Tin Man, and you be a flying monkey. There are your screws to get you started. You can force another player to answer immediately by hitting your screw button. If they miss it, you win extra bonus dollars. And today's wrong answer of the game is brought to you by
the Vegan Cannibal Supply Company. Flesh-free foods for the conscientious cannibal.
Pick the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to win a fabulous prize and big cash. So why not get started?
Get ready, time for question one.
First up, let's all welcome Paul Rudd. You guys are in for a treat because this episode is a very special one. Perhaps the best one we'll ever do, honestly. We have a special guest, one of the biggest stars of movies today and just one of my personal all-time favorites. I love this guy. I love him, okay? What can I tell you? All right. The one and only Mr. Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd! Is Paul Rudd here yet, Bob?
No, not here yet, Cookie.
Okay, I'm sure he'll be here any minute. In the meantime, we can get started. Let's say Paul Rudd makes a romantic comedy about Alexander the Great as he faces his own mortality. If the movie takes place the year Alexander the Great died, what should it be called? This is 19, this is 32, this is 40, or this is 63. Player 2, you got it. No, you didn't. Player 3, ooh, ouch. Player 1, Alexander the Great notoriously died young at the age of 32 of unknown causes, but some accounts claim he was poisoned. But you know, I would never poison you, Paul, because... Oh yeah, he's not here still. That joke doesn't really work without him. I'm sure he'll be here soon. We should keep going. He'd want us to keep going. Next, Paul my finger. Just keep it together, Cookie. He'll be here. He'll be here. Okay. If Paul Rudd were a tamarin, what would he be? Kind of seems like we just smushed Paul Rudd's name into that one, but anyway. A bird named Paul Rudd, a monkey named Paul Rudd, a musical instrument named Paul Rudd, or a... Player 1. A tamarin is a type of monkey. And that has nothing to do with Paul Rudd. Guys, don't embarrass me in front of Paul Rudd. Kind of glad he's not here yet. Bob, is he here yet?
No.
Damn it! Player 3. Player 2. I've got a bird for you.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Here we have adrift without a rudder. Oh, that's my secretary. Paul's probably here. This is Cookie.
Mr. Masterson, there's a Paul Rudd at the front desk to see you.
Perfect. Just send him back. Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, coming down the hallway as I speak is the one and only Mr. Paul Rudd.
Hello, Danny.
You motherfucker!
One's made of skin, one's made of wood, so who's the dummy?
Not me.
Billy, get out of here! Paul Rudd is supposed to be here any minute.
It was a joke, Dunny. Take a chill pill.
Damn it, Billy! Oh, God, what if Paul Rudd doesn't show up? Oh, this cannot be happening. Man, I'm sweating. Why is it so hot in here?
I told you, take a chill pill. Let's say you're running a fever. Since it would help bring down your temperature, which of these pills could be called a chill pill? Cannabis, benzoyl peroxide, methadone, or ibuprofen?
Player 3, who gets your screw? Player 2, you've been screwed. You got 5 seconds.
Ibuprofen is an anti-tyrexic, meaning it brings down a fever. Oh, maybe that's Paul Rudd.
Yes?
Mr. Masterson, I have a, what was your name again, sir?
Well, the dummy said to say Phil, or was it Pablo? It's Pablo, Corky.
Player 3 looks like that screw is all yours. Take a stab at Let There Be Rudd. Okay, look, I'm sure Paul will be here any minute, so I'll just ask one more question to kill a little time to give him a chance to park or pick up a damn phone. If Paul Rudd's real first name were like Paul the Apostle's original first name, what would he be called? Raoul Rudd, Saul Rudd, Gall Rudd, or Simon Rudd? Player 2, who's gonna get that screw? Player 2, did you want to do that to yourself? 'Cause it usually feels better when someone else is involved. Can we continue now? Player 3,
Swing and a miss.
Player 1, Paul the Apostle was originally named Saul. He changed it because his publisher thought Saul sounded, and I quote, too Jewish.
5 fingers.
I call this one, Where the hell are you already? And this dis or dat needs to think about other people's feelings. Player 3, You could use more cash. Yeah, why don't you take a crack at this one? Okay, I'm swapping out the Paul Rudd theme, Disserdat, for a more appropriate one. I'm going to read off 7 names, and for each one, you tell me if the person eventually showed up or didn't show up at all. If they showed up, press the X button. If they never showed, press the B button. Now, I need the rest of you to pay attention. Pick your answers before player 3 does, because if player 3 gets it wrong, everyone who gets it right will split that cash. Ready? Let's go. Godot. Guffman. Satan's Baby and Rosemary's Baby. Ms. Havisham's Groom. Lord and Lady Ferncliff. The Prodigal Son. Louis Prima in Big Night. I kept waiting and waiting for you to get better. It never happened. He'll show up. Paul will show up. He would never just not show up and ruin the premise of an entire episode. Would he? Paul, you wouldn't do that, would you? That's all we got for round 1. And player 1 is in the lead. And feeling pretty good right about now. Don't forget, all the questions in round 2 are worth double. And keep in mind, the wrong answer of the game is still there for the taking. Let's get back to the action. Here's one I like to call Paul is dead. Hold on. If Paul's not here, he probably has a really good reason, right? Right? Something bad might have happened. Okay, let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say that something actually happened to Paul Rudd. Which of these things at the funeral would be the Paul for Paul Rudd? The flowers next to his gravestone? The coffin he's lying in? Player 1, who do you want to screw? Player 2, you're screwed. You got 5 seconds to pick an answer. The pall can refer to a heavy cloth draped over a coffin or the coffin itself once there's a body inside. All joking aside, I do hope Paul Rudd is alright. Bob, has there been any word from...
No, nothing.
I will murder him! Player 1, you are now the screwee.
Question 7. Yeah, better shake your monkey bang.
Coming up next, the Zodiac Thriller. Okay, you know what? I've got to get my mind off Paul Rudd for a minute. Perfect time to do this Leo DiCaprio question. Which Leonardo DiCaprio movie was the closest to being born a Leo? Django Unchained, December 25th, 2004. Correct answer, show yourself. Leos are born between July 23rd and August 22nd. Leos, of course, are known for being friendly, outgoing, and dependent on poor accents. Players 1, 2, and 3. You must be trying to function on an empty stomach if you're thinking about eating a person. So it's a good thing you've just won some vegan snacks like this box of toe fingers from the Vegan Cannibal Supply Company. They're only slightly worse tasting than actual human flesh. This wrong answer of the game comes with a bundle of cash worth $8,000. Congratulations.
Follow me down to the sea.
Next, ready, set, go. All right, it's becoming painfully obvious this isn't going to happen. Yes.
Mr. Masterson, Pablo is still waiting. Can you please get him out of here?
It's me, Corky. Pablo.
Send him back.
What's that thing? Who's that fella? Where's that screwly up doodly doo? It's Foggy Facts with Old Man.
Screwly up doo? I forget.
Get in here, old man.
No, I'm Pablo, the big radio star.
Right, okay. You already tried this joke.
I did? I don't remember. When did I try this joke?
Question 2, question 3, question 4, or question 5.
Players 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, that's right. That little wooden kid told me to do it in question 3.
What could have happened to Paul Rudd? Where is he?
Paul Rudd? Oh, you mean the fella who called about 20 minutes ago?
What? You talked to Paul Rudd, old man?
Ah, sure I did, Corky. He asked for someone named Cookie, but I told him ain't nobody by that name works here, boy. Now get out of here.
What is wrong with you? I'm gonna kill you, you wrinkly bag of shit.
Ow, ow, my
Say hello to my best Ruddy. Okay, it's pretty obvious Rudd isn't coming, and we specifically wrote this question for him to read. It just seems stupid now, but the show must go on. I guess I could try a Paul Rudd impression. I'm Paul Rudd. I'm Paul Rudd. Slap into bass. Yeah, okay. In what way am I, Paul Rudd, like a rudder? I help launch other actors' careers. I help stop movies from bombing at the bottom. Players 1, 2, and 3. Rudder helps steer boats or planes in different directions, just like how my magnetic charm and non-threatening good looks help to steer Hollywood in a more profitable direction. Oh, you said it, Paul Rudd. Hopefully pretty soon you'll actually get here and be saying these things for real. Otherwise, I might have to start taking back all those nice things I just had you pretend say about yourself. Take a stab at better late than even later. Son of a f***ing bitch! Where the f*** is Paul f***ing Rudd? Can anybody tell me? Is he getting here from halfway around the earth on the back of the world's slowest turtle or something? I mean, this game is nearly over for f***'s sake. How far away could he be? All right. Considering the circumference of the Earth, and assuming he's not somewhere in space, what's the farthest distance away that f***ing asshole Paul Rudd could be right now? About 18,090 miles, about 4,200 miles, about 12,450 miles, or about 24,901 miles. It's amazing how each of you forgot how to buzz in at exactly the same time. Okay, don't be afraid, but here's a right answer. The Earth has a circumference of about 24,901 miles. For Paul Dud to be as far away from me as possible, he would have to be half that distance away. So about 12,450 miles, or 12,450.5 miles exactly. I think that would put him somewhere near Perth, Australia. But he has a lame summer home there or something. What a lame Paul Rudd type of thing to own. I hate you, Paul Rudd. I loved you once, but now that's over. Step right up to the Jack Attack. When you see two clues that match, press your A button. 2,000 if you're right. But if you're wrong, you lose 2,000. And most importantly, remember the clue. It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Just don't pick Paul Rudd. The clues help, I guess, whatever. But most importantly, never pick Paul Rudd. guess a win is a win no matter how you slice it, and you sliced it pretty damn thin. So I leave you with these words.
You don't know Jack!
Do you owe the IRS money in back taxes? $10,000, $20,000, $100,000? We can help. The law offices of Wilson, Hanson, Young & Associates can help you get out from under tax debt by faking your own death.